Thank you. Director Williams, it's no surprise to you that I'm going to bring up yours and my favorite subject, and that is the lesser prairie chicken. As you know, the updated population data is a key factor when determining if a species should be listed under the Endangered Species Act. On March the 15th of 22, the Western Association of Fish and Wildlife Agencies announced plans to release updated lesser prairie chicken population data in the coming months. Director Williams, do you plan to include the Western Association of Fish and Wildlife Agency's most current lesser prairie chicken population data into your listing decision?
Thank you, Senator Inhofe, for your continued interest on this issue, and I hope I get to visit with you about it more. I never get tired of those visits and in talking about all of the incredible voluntary efforts that are underway to conserve lesser prairie chicken.
And I might add, successful efforts.
Yes, many of them very successful, and in fact, you know, as we are looking at lesser prairie chicken, and I believe as it was in the proposed rule, one of the reasons why there are two distinct population segments and why one is threatened and one is endangered is those recovery efforts and the restoration efforts that have been underway. But to answer your question, Senator Inhofe, I believe that indeed we did take into account those numbers, and the proposed rule, I think, shows our responses. So yes, we have taken robust public comment and we'll take those numbers into account.
Well, and I appreciate that. Let me talk fast here to get my time effectively in where I want it. And that is the conservation practices have helped to nearly double the total lesser prairie chicken population size since 2013. Now, that's pretty remarkable. And that's, I'm sure, something that would be on your plate of concern. In your response letter to my inquiries regarding your proposal to list the lesser prairie chicken under the Endangered Species Act, you made it clear it was not necessary to perform a policy for evaluation of conservation effort assessment. So, Director Williams, can you provide an update on your work with the Western Association of Fish and Wildlife Agencies to address conservation concerns with the candidate conservation agreement with assurances, considering you do not plan to perform this assessment?
Mr. Chair and Senator Inhofe, when I first started in this position, because I had been a member of the Western Association of Fish and Wildlife Agencies, I was very careful not to have direct contact with WAFWA, if you will. So I need to look into the answer to your question more, and then I've been very careful to be at arm's length with WAFWA per se, but I do know that our staff, and especially Amy Luders, our regional director, has been very involved in the CCAA with the Western Association of Fish and Wildlife Agency.
Well, you know, and I always enjoy the idea that we're doing something where the current information should be helpful to us. And when we look and we see that we have had that kind of a success over that period of time, not all of them have that. And so I look forward to keeping that on the table, but not waiting for another meeting to come along because of my interest in this issue. Okay?
Thank you, Senator Inhofe, and thank you also to all those who've worked so hard in your state to conserve lesser prairie chicken.
And successfully. Thank you so much.